Today I thought it'd be fun to go over my entire Nintendo Switch physical collection. Growing up in the late 80s and 90s, my first console was the NES. And as you guys can guess, I am an old man.
Holy f***. Jeez, that would be an old f***ing man.
Which means I prefer to collect physical copies of games. That being said, the majority of my Nintendo Switch collection is actually digital, which is surprising and kind of sad, especially with physical media dying out. Anyways, I thought it'd be fun to go over my Nintendo Switch physical collection and talk to you guys about your Switch collections and maybe your favorite game in your collection. Don't forget to comment that down below. With all that said, let's get started. Starting this list off, I have Pokemon Legends Arceus. It really showed fans what's possible in a Pokemon game with its first open world adventure, allowing players to catch Pokemon without initiating in battle if they choose to do so that way. It's a far cry from the original Pokemon games that we seem to get year after year after year. This is a direction we needed Pokemon to go into, and it's a fantastic game. Next up, we have Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. It's okay. I mean, I played through it once and that was basically it. It's the same thing as on the Game Boy. It's just got updated visuals, so. And next up, we have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I don't need to go into detail of this game. Everybody who has a Switch has Breath of the Wild, and if you don't, you are missing out on a fantastic playing experience. So, get your hands on Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild if you don't have it already, but again, I don't know why I'm saying that because you already have it. Next up, I have The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. It's a great game. It's, to me, one of the weaker in the series. I did play the game on the original Wii 10 years ago with my wife. I never got through it though. It's a bit repetitive for me. I thought that playing the game without motion controls would make it a better playing experience. Turns out I finished this game with the motion controls. I don't know why. There's something wrong with me if I keep torturing myself like that. Anyway, the first time I played through this game completely is on the Switch. And again, a little bit repetitive near the end, but still a good title. Afterwards, we have my favorite Legend of Zelda game on the Switch, and that would be Link's Awakening. If you guys haven't played this one yet, I mean, you're completely missing out. It's still the same game as the one you got on Game Boy, but with updated visuals, updated graphics, as you know. The gameplay's solid. They throw in some really cool Easter eggs in this game. I think I played through it 3 or 4 times, and I'm probably going to do it again pretty soon. Great game. If you don't have it, pick this one up. You won't regret it. Next up, I have Mario Tennis Aces. I haven't played it. Next, I have Mario Golf Super Rush. Maybe played 8 minutes of it. I don't know why I keep buying these games if I don't play them. I mean, I did play through the N64 version of this game 110 times. I mean, I still play it with my wife every now and then. This game is a lot of fun. With the new content they added into it, I should give it another go because I did enjoy my playing experience the one time I did play it. My wife did play it a little bit longer than I did. She got really good at it. Maybe that's why I stopped playing it, so that she doesn't beat me, which is, now that I think about it, probably exactly why I stopped playing with it, because I'm petty. Anyway, next up we have Super Smash Bros. Again, another game that's in everybody's Switch collection. I don't need to talk to you about it. I mean, it really is the ultimate love letter to gamers. I mean, it's got everybody in here from different generations, from different systems. Awesome game. Awesome game. Next up, I have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I got this game on my birthday. It was cheap, so I picked it up. I really did enjoy playing it. My wife enjoys it a little bit more than I do. I mean, every time we play through it, though, we want to kill each other because each person who plays on 2-player can control the camera, and that just causes stress in our lives. I don't know why she wants to keep playing it with me because literally we won't be together the next time we play it.
I'm ready to kill another. I'll kill her. I'm pissed.
Up next, we have Luigi's Mansion. Now, this game is fantastic. From gameplay to visuals to everything in between. If you haven't tried Luigi's Mansion 3, you have to give it a go. Fantastic game. I think it sold maybe just under 12 million copies, which is really good, especially for a Luigi's Mansion title. But there is like 117 million people who bought a Switch, so a lot of you are slacking on this awesome game. Pick it up, play it, you're going to love it. Next up, I have Super Mario Maker 2. I never really got into the first one. I played it maybe for half an hour. I borrowed it from a friend. Every time I logged in, I played games that were just really ridiculous and unplayable levels, basically. So I put it down and never thought about it again. Again, I got this game for my birthday from my wife. I decided to give it a shot, and I absolutely fell in love with it. All the fan-made levels are fantastic. Obviously, there's some that are impossible to play, but my experience on this game has been nothing but positive. I even decided to make my own levels for the first time since playing a Mario Maker game, and I recreated what I thought would be a good sequel to Mario Bros. 3. It's so much fun. So much fun. Next up, we have Super Mario 3D World. This game is great. I mean, I played it on the Wii U, obviously. This game has been sped up from the original Wii U version. I did do a whole review on this if you guys want to click the card up in the corner here and take a look at that. Nobody watched it, so if you could watch it, that'd be amazing. And the addition of Bowser's Fury to this was just phenomenal. I mean, it's the direction that I'd like to see the next open world 3D Mario game go, and yeah, that wouldn't disappoint. That'd be a lot of fun. Another one that I know all you guys have, and I probably don't need to give it any introduction, but Super Mario Odyssey. If you don't have this game, then you don't have a Switch, because everybody has this game, okay? I don't have to go into detail about it because it's a fantastic game that you all have already played. Next game I have here is a game that everybody wrote off before giving a fair chance, and that is Paper Mario Origami King. This is a fantastic game. It's nothing like the first two Paper Marios, as you know. The battle mechanics are a lot different. Don't really level up and no reason to actually battle, but the story is awesome. The visuals are fantastic. The characters itself are a lot of fun. I think you need to give this one a go. It's kind of a hidden gem. Next one up, everybody has, again, I don't have to go into detail. If you don't have this, I mean, what's wrong with you? Mario Kart Deluxe, it sold something silly like 53 million copies, so yeah, you all have this game. With the expansion pass that they just brought out with all the extra tracks and everything, it's even better than before. I still think they should release a Mario Kart 9 because, I mean, this game's been out since the Wii U. Like, let's be real here. Alright, next up is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I love this game. I mean, I know it's kind of a money grab for the 35th anniversary of Mario, but all the games on here are solid, as you guys already know. Except maybe Super Mario Sunshine. That game really pisses me off. Shit. Something about it. I don't know what it is. I thought I'd really like it the first time I tried it, which was recent, actually. I popped it in and I just got frustrated. It was insanity. I'm working through it, though. I'm working through it. The other two games are awesome. As I mentioned, it was kind of a money grab, but it is, in my opinion, the best place to play Super Mario Galaxy, which was fantastic on the Wii. But now that you can play without the motion controls, I mean, it just kicks up another notch. Not only that, you can play it on the go. So, I mean, this is a staple for anybody who loves Mario Galaxy. And there's a lot of you. Next up is probably my favorite game on the Switch. Didn't sell too many, I think just under 3 million, and that would be Metroid Dread. I did get the collector's edition of this game, as you know, one should if their favorite franchise is coming for the first time in, God, I don't remember how many years now, 20 years. Metroid Dread's a lot of fun. If you haven't played this one, which a lot of you I know haven't, pick it up. It's a 2D Metroidvania, as you can imagine. A lot of content in this game, easy to get lost. So much fun to be had, and the bosses are mega hard too. So if you guys like a challenging game, don't sleep on Metroid Dread. Next one is kind of a silly one. You might remember this game from the PlayStation project where I picked up Luigi's Mansion and all those other games, and that would be Paw Patrol on a Roll. It's basically just filler for the collection, but I did keep it because my 6-year-old daughter likes Paw Patrol and she likes playing through this game, so I'm not going to sell something on her if she enjoys it. Next up is Sega Genesis Classics. Now, this game's fantastic. I mean, if you guys like old school Sega Genesis games, then this is a great collection. It does have a couple omissions like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but I mean, what are you gonna do with the whole lawsuit and all that stuff that game went through? This game means a lot to me. I mean, I played this game when my wife was in the hospital giving birth to my son. Relax, I didn't play it while she was giving birth, okay? After. Lots of fun to be had on this, lots of hours of playtime. Next up is a game that I purchased because I heard it was a lot of fun. I mean, I was never a big fan of the franchise because I was a little bit too old to get into this franchise, but it is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about the original game on GameCube. A lot of people on YouTube talked about it, said it was a solid 3D platformer, so I thought I'd give this one a try. Now, I know that this one didn't get the same kind of reviews as the earlier one, But, you know, I've only played, I think, maybe 7 or 8 minutes of the game. I am going to play through it just because, I did hear good things about the original, and I want to experience the actual game. So I'll give that one a shot later on and let you guys know. Next up is a game that I played through 4 or 5 times on the PlayStation 3, and when I saw that it's available on the Switch, I had to pick it up, and that would be LA Noire. I love this game. I love the mechanics of the game. I love the detective aspects of it. I love deciding whether or not someone's lying to you in the interrogation room. I think that's a really cool concept. And when this game first came out, the realistic facial expressions and things like that was really, really cool. If you haven't played it, give it a shot. Super fun game. Next up is a game that I haven't really played, again, because I bought it with Xenoblade 3. Spoiler alert. But I do plan on playing through because the little bit that I did go through, I really enjoyed my experience. And that's Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. You guys know this already. It's a great game. It's a multi-platform game, so a lot of people have played it. It's great on the Switch, I think. The portable aspect of it is fantastic. And yeah, a lot of content and a lot of stuff to go through, so a lot of fun. All right. Growing up in the 80s and 90s again, I'm a huge Turtles fan, so it's no surprise that I picked up the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. All the games are solid. I mean, even the first one. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. It's not as hard as you guys make it out to be, especially the water level. I can beat that no problem. All 4 turtles and everything. The only really hard level is the Technodrome, right? And that's like the last level. So you guys gotta, you know, get good, as they say, I guess. Next up is a game that I've never played and a game that I don't plan on playing. And the only reason I have it is because it came bundled with a Facebook Marketplace deal where I got GameCube, Super Mario Sunshine, a couple SNES games, and a couple Genesis games. And that would be Legendary Fishing. Just filler. I'm, again, never going to play it, but here it is. All right. Next one up is South Park: The Fractured Butthole. So bad. I do have Stick of Truth as well, but that is on digital. If you haven't played these games, they're fantastic. The RPG elements, the story, everything is perfect. I mean, this one does have a grid style RPG battling system, which I think was really, really fun. If you played Stick of Truth and enjoyed that one, I think you would really, really like this one too, especially if you're into superhero stuff. The grid battle system was a lot of fun and a huge upgrade from the traditional RPG system that they had in the first one. So give it a go if you haven't. All right, next up, I have the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and Crash Bandicoot It's About Time. 2 games that I think every Switch owner should have, especially together. They do complement each other really, really well. They're both a lot of fun. Obviously, Insane Trilogy is a nice upgrade from the originals that you got on the PlayStation. And then About Time is literally in the name. It's about time they came out with an actual sequel to these 3. If you guys liked the original PS1 games, obviously give it a go. Especially It's About Time because it's a great game if you haven't played it and you enjoyed the other ones. Next up is Collection of Mana. I'm sorry guys, that keeps glaring and I apologize for that. Great games. If you guys like older 16-bit games, and there's even an older, Final Fantasy Adventure for the Game Boy on here, which is crazy. I mean, if you guys like classic RPG games, then give this one a go. A lot of fun. If not, it's a great one to have in your collection, just as it is. To accompany that one, I also got Trials of Mana. It was originally released in 1995 in Japan and never came stateside or to Canada until this release, I believe, which is a shame. This game was a lot of fun. Now, I know a lot of people hasn't played the 16-bit version of this game because, again, because it was a Japanese exclusive, but this game is a lot of fun. Now, it does have classic RPG elements that you would expect from a 16-bit game from the Super NES. Now, if you guys really like the classic RPG elements from the 16-bit era, you're really going to like this game, especially because it is a full 3D adventure with those classic elements and rebuilt from the ground up from that original 1995 game. So, a great one to have in your collection. The reason I bought this was because I had a lot of fun playing Dragon Quest XI, which I have, unfortunately, digitally. And I want another JRPG that I can sink a lot of time in, because at the time when I got this, I was actually pretty sick, and I spent, a week in bed, and I need to occupy my time. So that's why I got this game, and I don't regret it. Sticking with the RPGs, I have a copy of Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. I have this game on 3 other platforms. I have the Steelbook for the PlayStation 3 as well, or was it? Yeah, PlayStation 3. Really, really enjoyed this game. I do prefer Dragon Quest games over Final Fantasy. but Final Fantasy games are always a lot of fun as well. As mentioned, I'm spending a lot of time playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, hence why I didn't get to play the Lego Star Wars game yet. This is the first Xenoblade game I've ever played through. I never played through X or 2 or any of those games. This one was at a local game store. It was on sale for $50, I think, because it was a used copy. So I had to pick it up and give it a shot. And as a lot of people pointed out, it starts off very slow. But as you get into the game, if you stick through it, it does start to get, to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't played a Xenoblade game, give it a shot. Maybe start with Xenoblade 2, I don't know. But great game, highly recommend it. Now, I really enjoyed Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, so I had to pick up Nintendo Switch Sports, and I haven't played a lot of this game either. I think I spent maybe a half an hour playing with it. I put it in the day that I bought it. I played with my kids a little bit, and that was the end of it, which is too bad because I had a lot of fun playing with them. Don't know why I haven't played it again. It's actually a lot of fun. If you haven't played this, pick it up. It's super cheap, $50. Last but not least, I have new Pokemon Snap. Again, as a kid who grew up in the 90s, Pokemon was my jam. I love the Pokemon games, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue. And then the original Pokemon Snap that came out on the Nintendo 64. It was the first 3D modeled Pokemon game that I ever played, and I think it's the first one on the actual N64. I'm not sure if that came before or after Stadium. But seeing the sprites come to life and 3D models just blew my mind. So I really enjoyed Pokemon Snap. I played the hell out of that game as a kid, so I had to pick up new Pokemon Snap on the Switch, and it's the exact same thing. I mean, there's not a lot of content. It's not, this huge, fully fleshed out game, but the Pokemon look fantastic in it, and I think that has to do with the fact that the Pokemon company didn't actually build this game. It was outsourced to another company, and it looks phenomenal. If you're into the older game, or if you just want to try a different type of Pokemon game, definitely pick this one up because it's a lot of fun. And that's my entire Nintendo Switch physical collection. It's not the biggest, but I've curated it perfectly. Okay, it's about quality, people, not quantity. Okay, let me know what you guys think about this video. If you liked it, maybe I'll do it on another console. I do have basically every single console in the Nintendo library. Let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comment section down below. Let me know what your favorite game in my collection is, and also don't forget to comment down your guys' entire Nintendo Switch collection. Maybe not, because some of you guys have some pretty big collections. That might take a very long time. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Super Game Minute if you guys like talking all things Nintendo when gaming. I release 1 to 2 new videos every single week, and the only way to stay up to date with each and every video that we put out will be to subscribe and to ring the notification bell. Thanks again, guys, and as always, keep on gaming.